Okay. Here we go. So, Paragon. I guess that's what we're at right now. Almost. We were right at the cusp of 7 million. I don't remember what this quest was, but,
Glad you decided to show. Can't say I wasn't antsy with all these squirrel-headed gnomes staring me down crosswise. But let's be quick-like about this. Before you go into the vault, I've got to run you down on what's needed.
Uh-oh. I don't know what's going on here. But how's it going, Ed? And how's it going, Destron?
Grim learned that the gnomes enchanted the missives with a spell that lets them know its location at all times.
Oh.
Trilgaren came up with a solution. The Shroud of Omission. Cover the book in this shroud and the gnomes will forget it exists. Now, are you ready? This is a one-way trip. Once you're in, you'll have to find your own way out.
Okay.
Through this floor grate here. You'll have to do what you can to keep your bearings. It's a maze down there. And be careful. There might be pint pots, but these gnomes will become vicious if they get wise to you. Right, you better go. Be quick about it. I'll distract them. Let's do this.
This big grate. Okay. Right. But you're doing good, Ed. I'm glad to hear, man. Should I be sneaky or just kill them? Killing it is. Glad you're doing good, Ed. I'm glad you're doing good as well, Destron. Sorry, I did not return to this game yesterday. I figured level 10 was going to work, and yesterday was not a good day to return to it yet. I was not feeling the greatest. I was questioning streaming at all because I was unreasonably exhausted for no particular reason. I'm not even sure why, but I was. Wait, is it control? Oh, you got keys. Give me it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Oh, nice. I don't want this. Yep, load up. Thank you, Skelly. Covered me. Right. I'm gonna have to get back into the habit of not doing more than 2 swings. Because I'm used to God of War now. All the keys belong to Keyman. Yeah, he would believe so. Yeah. You were exhausted yesterday? For me, it was just... I could blow that one up. Yeah, that might become a good shield. Me, I think I have some kind of weird slight sickness going on. Because today I have a headache. I don't know what for, but at least I'm not super tired. I mean, it was unreasonable how tired I was. Oh no. Once I get the habit down, it's gonna be just too easy to crush everything. Let's see what's in the desk. Just crappy documents. A forum. Yeah, we don't want to... That's our way out. Too much allergy medicine will do it. That one's not good. Blow it up. I do not want shadow prisms. Yes, they're good for stealth. No, I don't care. What? Said there was an enemy. So they're down another floor. Interesting. Shedding season for the dogs plus spring always a bad time. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'm super allergic to animals or not at all, but I can say for sure that if I was, like, actually super allergic to them, Keyman would be killer. I'll take both of those. Actually, I already have a prismatic hammer, so why would I make another one? Not Keyman. He is shooting so much fuzz. Never experienced allergies until visiting brother in Northern California. Yeah. And it's different for everybody. I mean, some people your nose runs really bad. Some your nose just closes. Oh my god, hold on. I'm kind of cross-referencing the fighting styles. Really don't need the rat meat at all, but oh well. It's easy money. I mean, yeah, kinda. Skelly Boy needs a bow? I wish. I wish. Actually, no, I don't, because he's great at distracting. Although Boy was pretty strong with the bow. I would almost say unreasonably so. Might want to wake up, buddy. What the? That was weird. Okay. I won't surrender. What, are you kidding me? Yeah, I am kind of sad. I did see the truth in what you were saying, Ed, about how the release of God of War on PC was, like, really, really recent. I think they must have timed that on purpose. This is almost too particular. Like, just before the next game release, they release it on PC. The previous game, like... Like, trying to entice people to wanna... You know, buy a console. Okay. So we need to wait for God of War Norse Adventures 3. Maybe. But, you know, the funny thing is I looked up stuff for, like, the guides and stuff for God of War, the 2018 version of it. And what ended up happening... Okay. Okay, so let me think about this, because when you press 1, it unlights one of them. Let's just try this way. Okay. If we do this... Oh, it lit that one. Damn. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work at all. That's all I've done is kind of shift. Okay, so if I press... Let's look at what we've got. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then there's 2 left? Wait, what? Oh, that works. There was 2 left from the get-go. I thought there was only 1. We do this. Yes. Think we can hit this one? I think all I'm doing is shifting it. Yes, I am. Okay, so if we hit this one, lights that one up. That'll only leave 1 left, though. Which is not quite what we need. Okay. Oh, what? That one's still messed up. Shit. Okay, what does that leave? Oh, there's a 3, so if we do this into this one, it won't be quite right. No, it won't. Wait, yes it will. No, it won't. All I did was moved it. Okay. Let me think. Man, this is not great to be doing a puzzle. A headache, is it? Wait, what's this? Is this a reset? Ah, it is. Okay. So what do we know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 things. But if we do opposites, maybe. Right? Because these are usually this way if you do some kind of, you know, mimicked sides. Yeah, we have the 4. Nice. It looks really nice, actually. So what I think I want to do next is hit this one. And this one. And all I've done is reset the scenario. Okay. But they are on opposites. So if we do this one... this one and opposites there. What will that do? Not much. Wait a minute. If I press this one, lights that one out. And that one will do this. If I could get it where only 2 was lit up, that would be fine. That's all we really need to do. So I need to light that one up at the same time that I'm unlighting these. I need to do this. I don't know if I can do this the way I'm thinking. This one? Oh, it lit that one. Damn it. I wasn't thinking that. So that only leaves 1 left. Okay. This is probably not as difficult as it... Okay. It's not. It's not. So, what I need to do is that does those 3, right? Because there's 2 left. So one of them... Yeah, what is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in one of them, you have to light up 2 at the same time you're extinguishing 1. So I think the play there is... This would light up. Fine. So that does leave 3, but that wasn't quite the way I needed it to work. So I need to extinguish 2 while lighting 1, I guess. Would be the answer here. So I think we need to do this kind of like opposite. And do this. Well, it does leave 3, but... Okay. That leaves us 1. How do we get that lit up? You just do it that way. Leaves us with 2. Now that is the 3, but if we do this one, we'll gain some. I think the answer is now. We do this one. That leaves the 2. We do this one. That's those 3. There we go. Got it. I'm sure there was a much easier solve than that. Wait, what? You're kidding. I could have lockpicked it. That's alright. I'd rather do the puzzle. Skipping the puzzle's okay, but I'd rather do the puzzle. We do not want to skip anything like that. Puzzles are rare, but they're, you know, perplexing, but not unfair. Sorry, Sentry, you're gone. Okay. I mean, gotta solve it for the boasting. I don't even want to do it for the boasting, just to do it for the fun of it, you know? Oh, so it's here. Okay. Got it. I haven't thought about another thing. Well, I guess not recently, but just difficulty in games in general and how we think a game is difficult is always different. Like, almost like I could make a proper video on what difficulty means, because difficulty means so many different things for a game. And what I mean is that some games are difficult the first time you play it, but then become a joke the next times you play it, because it's a game with a lot of, haha, you didn't know, we got you for that. And some games stay difficult for a reasonable amount of time, even after you beat it. Now, those are usually your dice roll games that, you know, it's like Mordheim. Mordheim is a game that can stay difficult, but, that's because knowing does not change the idea that, you know, they could still rip you off. Watch as the AI hits you 4 times in a row. It's kind of like XCOM. Do I? Yeah, we can rip that apart. And I think that's really something to look at when someone says a game is difficult. Well, which difficult do you mean? Like, difficult for a first one? Is it, you know, I guess Mordheim still falls under the next part, too. Is there a difficulty in randomness? Which is not really difficulty, it's just pure, You went shit out of luck. What are you gonna do? I think the best way to put it is bosses in games that are difficult. Something just went off because there's no way they forgot about that book. That was on a pedestal for a reason. You heard it move. Yep. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I 100% just pressed the fire arrow button. Like he was so far away and I went fire arrow. We're sending you to the roof, buddy. Boom! Yeah, we'll take the ring. That might be useful. I mean, I can't recraft rings. But the reason I thought about it is the amount of games that I've played where you will get someone that stops by to tell you how they didn't have any difficulty with it or how easy it really is. Is always something to, like, wonder about with the difficulty. Like, it's really easy if you just do this, this, and this. It's like, yeah. And I can win marathons easy because I have a fucking car. Like, once you have the tools, in this case, the knowledge, you kind of just skip by the difficult part of it. I mean, I guess a better comparison would be bionic legs, but still, the point stands that knowledge does make things easier. Difficulty in games. And, you know, there's not really anything that'll tell you which way a game's gonna be difficult. I feel like most people, when they say difficulty, is like a first time scenario. Of course, my other follow-up to that is, most people who talk about difficulty in games aren't talking about games like Mordheim. You know, most people don't really talk about XCOM. Although, I don't play XCOM a whole lot. Actually, I don't at all. I played through them, but I never spent the time to learn the ins and outs of that one because that game is, in this case, difficult. Navigating, you know, the numbers. The image of a rookie trying to hit an alien point blank and his gun's jammed in his face and it says 60%. You know. Not that that's not too dissimilar to how Mordheim is starting out, because that is a very chaotic game early on. It's so chaotic. Yeah, I think a lot of games should have an easy mode. Like, after playing so many, there's really nothing truly gained from that difficulty that an easy mode couldn't do. Because you know what usually fixes that? A gameplay loop that's good enough that they will naturally want to go back.
The missives of Sable.
Thanks for the book.
See what these pages hold. But that needs to wait. Keep that shroud on it. The time has come. While you did this, I finally learned who the Hierophant is. Argene of Sun Camp. We're taking her down, Dove. All of us.
One last plan, one last job. The biggest we'll ever pull.
Okay.
I know now. I've had my suspicions, and the last one has been put into place. The I've told Argine that I know her secret, and now she's asked to meet me in the ruins beneath Sun Camp. While we're there, you're going to plant the missives on Argine, and the gnomes will have her in chains, like she would have done to me.
What was the whole plan?
Argine tried to hand me to the gnomes for stealing the missives of Sable, a book they value greatly. She tried to do the same to you and Phasma in Rhythm. After that, we started putting my true plan in motion. I found the missives of Sable and found the Hierophant's identity. Now, we'll frame her for the crime she tried to have me killed for.
Oh.
The meeting with Argine's a front. While I keep her occupied, where we're going is the Hierophant's lair. It's likely got some enchant. Meanwhile, Phasma will lead the gnomes to the ruins. You plant the missives on Argine, and the gnomes will take her away while the world watches.
Okay.
Good. To keep the element of surprise, you'll be using a secret entrance to the ruins. Once you're in, meet with Grulgarin. Now, we've got to move. Do your part, and hopefully we'll...
Got it. I think this is the last mission for the, thieves side of things. Oh, and we got a book, so let's take care of that. It's not junk, surprisingly. Okay. Yeah, you know, an easy mode is just one of those things that I think they always needed to have. I don't use easy modes myself, but it's really necessary. It is definitely a necessity. I guess nothing's a necessity in gaming. Games are made the way they envision them, I suppose, but some games, you know, get the idea that, haha, look how difficult it is. That's what it's designed to be. It's like, are you sure? Or is there just... they didn't care? What? What quest is this? Oh, you're the guy who wants the fragments that I found 0 of. The whole, like, Dark Souls series, I think, is one that definitely has that going on. Everyone's like, it's what it's all about, but it's like, is it? I thought it was the meaty combat, like the heavy weight of it, but apparently not. The fragments start dropping? Yeah, he says they're everywhere.
I can speak with Grimm's fateless ally with my true voice, and your meaningless plan is exposed. These ruins are full of travelers faithful to the Hierophant, who will kill any and all who intrude. This ends now. My powers may fluctuate around you, but they are not robbed of me. I could see enough of Grimm, Phasma, and Grulgarin to learn this plan.
Well, that's what I figured she could do, but...
once. I underestimated you clearly. Now I want to form a peace between us. I could use your skill.
Oh, yeah?
Frame Grimm for stealing the missives of Sable. You are not but a tool to him since he first approached you in Star Camp anyways. I suppose you believed it to be mere coincidence that it was Grimm who first recruited you into the Travelers. Grimm is crude and cruel, but with a bestial cleverness. He learned you were fateless, no doubt, long before the two of you met. He planned this rebellion long before Own's stand. He only waited until the perfect weapon to fight me appeared. And that weapon is you.
Okay.
Yes. Yours is a fate I cannot read. I told you as much when first you prayed to me in Star Camp. I thought you were an aberration, but I'm coming to believe that you are instead a harbinger of times to come. Nature might cast us as opposites, as foes, but I believe together we might lead the Travelers to a golden age.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. The lady who tried to get me killed. The lady who tried to kill me. Well, currently, lady, you're not batting so well for this sudden change. This happens in every fucking quest. And it's always hit or miss with this. Like, well, I don't want to say hit or miss. The way this works every time is, if you're gonna have them give you the option, they should approach you well before you're on the final mission. But every game does it. I don't know what it is. Like, they should, like, approach and be like, you should join me early before they try to kill you. Because then afterwards you're like, fair play, I am against you. I got it. When they just try to kill you when you're unwitting to their existence, and then after you're getting close to them is when they're like, you should join me, they're gonna betray you. Like, you should have opened with that. You know, how can I believe you? I don't know. It just seems like every fucking RPG does this. In some quests, they always do it. And I don't know if it's like a check to be like, were you paying attention during this quest line? That this is like... Because, like, here's the thing. Even if they want to throw the twist that actually you were being used by the person you had, that's great, but they still tried to fucking kill you before they talk to you. And they only talk to you because at the end, like, that's when it mattered. It's a little late. You didn't, you know, bring yourself out there.
So you claim, but I can see the threads of fate do not guide. Think on my offer and take this. It is a key to the wings of the Hierophant's court, my sanctum. It is where I will meet Grim. Grim will be in the East Wing, remember that. Grim is in the East Wing. Do the right thing, or face my wrath.
You just threatened me. This isn't good. I'm not supposed to be on this side. Okay, I guess I gotta load backwards. F to open door. Yeah, and it says it's locked. Okay, do not run towards her. Let her walk out to talk to you.
At last, I can speak. These ruins are full of travelers faithful to the Hierophant. My powers. I'd frame Grim for stealing the missives of Sable. So you claim. Think on Grim will be...
Okay. I must have been running towards her, and it, like, slid me into the door. So we're fine now. Yeah, still not sure what the hell that's about. You know what game I've been thinking about? Weirdly, was, Road Rash 64. Don't know why. It's a weird game. Most people don't talk about that one, but I loved that game.
I was concerned, for Arjin has not come to this ruin unprepared. There appears to be many guards loyal to the Hierophant roaming this hall. There is also a strange enchantment not far beyond here, but they are not insurmountable with a quiet pace. She has contacted you? Grim believed he had her fooled, but her skills are greater than we ever thought. But so is her hubris. That key she gave you can be used to reach Arjin as well as Grim. She will be in the western wing of the court. But to reach her, you will need to bypass a strange trap. One that watches the way with eyes unblinking.
With what?
Though it is magical in nature, it still relies on sight. If there is an item on a nearby guard that would be of use, a bag of winds. Using it, may the rule...
well, that's convenient. There's a guard nearby that has the answer of how to get by this. Okay. Skelly! We're gonna kill some dudes. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but... Oh my god! You guards need to get out of here! Man, they didn't do well at all. Not even a little bit. Is that the trap? They gave me credit for that? Oh, that's where the... Okay. I really like that. That's a really cool room. So why is it... What? Collect iron components? Okay, that's weird. So, let me get this straight. Her plan was... We get the bag of winds to blow out the fires. Why don't you just get a blanket? Snuff the fires, like... I'm not fully sure I understand where she was going with that, but... If you want me to mindlessly kill all of her guards, I can do that. I don't know why she thought this was a good plan. They're like, hey, what's going on, man? Well, not good things for you, I'm afraid. Her plan was to threaten, but like... Yeah, again, that was another part of her plan that made no sense. Like, join me, because he's betraying you. Nah, I don't think I will. And she just goes, join me or I'll kill you. Like, what? You're not really following up with that. With any bit of faith with my character to, like, earn points towards it either. It's just like... I feel like it's akin to saying, join me, that guy's betraying you, and they're like, nah, I don't think I believe you, and your response to that is, fuck you. Like, okay, but like, that didn't help me at all. That guy never even got to turn around. He didn't even know what was happening. Oop. Oop. Here. Yeah, it was... It's so bad. You should join me. They'll betray you. Nah. What proof do you have? Fuck you. Alright. It's just a thing, I guess. Join me. I'm actually the good guy. Are you? Fuck you. Alright. I don't have a response to that. You've showed me all I needed to know. You are clearly the good guy here. Oh my god. You want me to use the item in my inventory. Did I just... Wait, what? Did I just break it? I think I might have misused it. Hey, Yarrow. How are you doing today? Is it my first playthrough? Yes. Did it, like... Did I equip it or something? It's not in my consumables anymore. I might have broke it. Huh? Pfft. Those who call you a real... I'm gonna I'm gonna break your heart on that one. I don't know how to pronounce the next part. I wing it with names. This stupid idiot. This guy goes and calls me correct and then blows it on the easy part. That's what I do. Wait, what? Wait, choose a wing? Wait, whoa. She said something. She said he's the eastern wing. Oh, man. Oh, man. It's got to be here, right? Okay. Okay, here's the fix. We save it, and if I pick the wrong side, it's okay. All right. Yeah, I recall her saying... Oh, shit! Oh, man. Wait, this is auto-saved. It auto-saved after I did that part of the quest. So we should be good. Let's load back. There we go. Okay, now make it save. We're good. Also, Yarrow, I'm trying to do as many quests as I can along the way. Has been my goal. I like the 100% thing, so I tried doing most of them. Some of them I didn't complete because I wasn't sure how. What's my build? It is might and spellcasting. There you go. I'm at 55 sorcery, and I'm stopping with that to go into might. It's a melee build. I wanted to do a spell blade kind of thing, and it kind of works out. I have chakrams was my first weapon, and then my second choice was hammer. I just happen to have a lot of good weapons, but... Okay, so we have a save here. Could I just kill them both? Oh, missed. Get him, Skelly! Skelly's just... You know what's weird? It's so weird, because what ended up happening with poor Skelly... I don't want to say poor Skelly. Skelly's still great. He's my bro, but... That's how you played? Yeah, I wanted to go Spellblade. But yeah, the weird thing with Skelly is he was... I feared that he would fall off, because, you know, pets usually do that. They either scale beautifully alongside you, and they're great, or they fall off. And I was told early on that they're very strong, and he was. But, excuse me, he is starting to fall off. But what he's not falling off with is he does distract one person, and he's my heal. He just heals. I just let him do his thing, and he heals me. I ignore him. Pure mages are OP. I was wondering about that. Because mana doesn't seem to be an issue. I mean, honestly, I think melee is pretty downright abusive. If you do the boring style of going swing, swing, cancel, swing, swing, cancel, swing. Like, basically with the hammer, they can't respond to it. I just break them and then that's it. They're not allowed to respond ever, and then it's done.
Enough of your farces, Grim. You claim you want to blackmail me, but that is not your true purpose here.
Why, your worshipfulness, you can't blame me for desiring to have you all to myself.
This has gone on long enough, little man. I grow tired of your stallings. They will cease immediately.
I couldn't agree more, my dear seer. Seems like it's time for things to wrap up.
They've got the missives. Get them.
Hell, I'll fight the gnomes my damn self. Like, I care. Wait, is she alive again? It didn't matter how much health you get back. Oh, they're invincible. Okay, I just need. Come on, Skelly, we're out of here. Why do I get the feeling I'm just gonna kill Grim while I'm at it?
Let's get the hell out of here.
Okay. Melee is good once you get Relentless Assault. I don't think I have that one. I think I skipped it. I don't think I tried it. Was it, this one? The, reduces your armor. I'm guessing you use that for Bloodlust? Is it just the blowing through stuff, Yarrow, that's pretty good? I just figured it wasn't going to be good enough for me to take it. Because like I said with the hammer, I don't care. I didn't even get Bulwark. Because my thought process with my build is I shouldn't be taking hits. Because of the cancel. Uninterruptible. I mean, yeah, that'd be pretty good. It depends on how tanky you are. But I'm so tanky, even if I get hit, I don't care. Like, I'm unbelievably tanky with the gear I have. Like, I just don't take anything. Game just falls over. And I do have it on hard difficulty, but... Pardon me. Plus, with the hammer canceling, it has such a good cleave. At first, I didn't think it was great. Nah, this is free experience. In fact... Hold on. I mean, right there would have helped me. Is that it? Is that all of them? All right. I wasn't paying attention. That's all right. Eh, not bad. If you craft, you become godly OP. If you buy things, you also... Yeah, I didn't know that when I started. But yeah. I was originally going for...
Many welcomes.
I am crafting. The way I went through it was I went Sagecraft first. I was going to go Mercantile. That was my first goal. But then, as I went on... I realized Detect Hidden was great. I actually leveled this first. I was gonna go full detect hidden. I realized that was useless. I didn't need it. Like, sure, seeing treasures. But yeah, now I have that. I didn't get persuasion. Persuasion's happening now because I had nothing else to dump stats into. That's why I don't trade in craft. Maybe, yeah. That'd be a little bit more interesting, I think. But as a first playthrough...
Run like hell if we're to get out of here.
Why? What, are we worried about the gnomes? We better run like hell anyway. Honestly, the thing that I think breaks melee is Battle Frenzy. That is unbelievably... Ow, ow. Yeah, well, right there would have been a nice time to have that ability you were talking about. Being uninterruptible there would have been quite valuable. Also, I don't know if this is just a bug, but it really helped me not have to go back as much. But if, like, you loot something and you have the mercantile delete thing, you can just drag it to drop it, and you get the money for it. And for some reason, I don't think it's doing 15% of it. It's just straight up giving you the sell value if you drag it off that menu.
Algin's hold over the Travelers is broken. The Hierophant is gone. The Travelers will never be the same. You are like the Travelers of ages past. I name you one among their number.
Never knew that. I found that out and it seemed like a bug. So I don't know if you'd abuse that, but my money's just skyrocketed.
Since you've used the Shroud of Omission so well, I figured you could make some use of this.
What? The Chariot. The stuff of legends among travelers. So +1 to finesse. This is actually useless. I do none of it, so... Useless. But yeah, I have so much money, it's ridiculous. I was making a lot of money with trading. I just get a ton of money deleting it. Like, that's nothing, so... You gave me a shitty set of armor, huh? Well, show you what we do with that. That's peasant shirts. If it's finesse, it gets sold. A crappy set. Oh, that's when I went to jail! On accident. Didn't mean to do that one. Oh, I still have the boots! Oh no, he tried! Yeah, I guess. Ooh, what's that? Oh, a finesse! Get that crap out of my bag. That's a good shield. I will hopefully... I think this game's 100 times better than Skyrim. I haven't really played Skyrim. I only played the start of it. But I played a lot of Oblivion. I don't mind it, but I don't think those two compare very well. I think if you went an RPG, yeah, they are way different. So I could see how you would dislike Skyrim, but like this more. When I got into this one, I saw it as a fable, and I have not been disappointed. I have very much enjoyed this as a fable. Absolutely fantastic game. Like the very first fable, to be clear, which is great. But I guess that's it. What? Why are there no more sentries here? You want to try again? You missed. Is this really the way you want to go out? Come here. They really don't value their lives. They all fall to Stewbert. But yeah, I don't blame you on that, Yarrow. Skyrim's been overdone at this point, I think. Well, obviously, they haven't made the next game because they're just too busy selling the same game instead of making it. But that's another discussion for another time. So that's it, right? That's the quest? So that guy I can't deal with. That guy I think is over in the next town over. The circlet I think he's the next one over too. For the music, but combat mechanics are ridiculously bad. I don't mind them. I didn't mind them, but my thing with Skyrim is I played the hell out of Oblivion, and then Skyrim came out, and I started over, and I think another thing that happened was I was a stealth archer because I thought that might be a fun idea. I realize now that was a terrible choice because it was so OP as a build for that game that, yeah, no wonder I got bored and quit.
At your service.
Yeah, it was... I mean, the game did what it definitely should have. I think the size of the world and all the quests it has is great. Oblivion has the same combat. It does. But, you know, for its time, that was great. And I mean... I think there wasn't many games that had good first person. Have I played Dragon's Dogma? I have it. I was gonna play it at one time. But that's when I streamed it to the old chat, and they didn't like it. I gave it 2 hours to be like, hey, does this game look fun? And everyone said no, so I didn't bring it back. So no, I haven't played it. I played 2 hours of it. I was told to get it the fuck out of here, and I did.
Must always know the value of research and perception. I understand your studies with us are a unique situation, so let's consider this practice. Take this book, read it, and understand what it means to be part of our order. This is the Omnibus Arcana. It is a magical text that helps. It is also imbued with a certain form of intelligence. Follow its direction. Goodbye then.
Okay. This is not what I thought I was doing when I came in here. Okay. I could get a refund? No. Probably not. I've gotten it so long ago that not likely. Oops. Didn't mean to do that either. Is he sleeping? No, he's not. Oh! Secret door. What's in there? That's nice. I'll loot it. There's one of those wines if you needed it. Okay, there's that. I have no idea what quest I'm doing here. No idea, I'm not paying enough attention right now. Oh, okay. Wait, some other quests in that other area. What? Oh, they're sending me all the way back. Okay, that's fine. Local map. What are you doing? Oh, bring the relics. Okay. Well, I have the relics. I might as well turn those in while I'm here.
If you please.
I am, and I do please. You know, the game I'm hoping... Well, not hoping. The game I'm going to probably play in the near future here. I don't know if I'm going to just bite the bullet and get my new system before it releases, but that System Shock game's coming out. And I do want to play that one, the remake of the first game.
Welcome to our temple.
You did? This is wonderful.
May the fortunes of live goodbye.
Oh, I think I still need one more relic. Yeah. She said there's one more relic. I forgot it was that quest. Alright. So we need to go back here. These camera angles? Oh yeah, they're great. I just ignore them at this point. Oh my god, I forgot I was doing this guy's quests.
Ah, you have returned. Then your 7th labor awaits. Together, the items you collected comprise the Amrinthian Band, the crown of Kandrian kings. Your 7th labor is to reconstruct this crown. There is only one place where the Amrinthian Band may find a Fey sagecrafter named Hendy. She will assist you in restoring. Farewell.
Alright. There is no way this quest ends in a good reward for me. He'll probably give me the crown or something like that, and it'll be like, wow, this sucks. How do I not have the... I know I walked up to this. They probably just don't give you this because it's too close to the town.
It's not often I get visitors here in Anorak. What is your business? Indeed. I can feel the power emanating from the items you bear. Give me a moment, and I will reconstruct the band. There you are.
Okay.
Take it with my blessings. Durfel is a very old friend of mine. I haven't heard from him in years, though. It's nice to finally get some news of him.
That's it?
Nothing too interesting. Just a lonely sage crafter.
Oh, that's awful. Anyway. I'm a lonely sage crafter. Alright. Just leave immediately after. I'm not dealing with that. That's not my problem.
Greeting, the Amrinthian Band. Alas, I would dearly love to dive into a lecture regarding this crown's richen. You see, a man named Kurig Shasta has tracked you here. He and his band of mercenaries await outside, keen on shedding my blood.
How did they fight? He just said that.
I have to confess, these labors you've done for me have been for a single cause. I have been waiting for the day when I could meet Kurig once again. I sent you on labors to arm myself for this fight. They followed you to me just as I hoped they would. And now I need your help to fight them off.
Who is this
the
man?
Man who murdered my wife, Jera. When Matix Dace had hired him to kill me. Kurig had wanted to take my life for a long time. He wants the truth of Jera's death to die with me.
You can't work things out, or let's go kill him. Yeah.
Excellent. I will proceed outside. They will undoubtedly be caught off guard, so mesmerized by my biting tongue. Farewell.
You're playing stupid, dude. Let me go out and kill him. You don't track Stewbert for free.
There is no reasoning with Kurig Shasta. We must kill him now. Never mind. It always comes
What? Okay. Right.
Kurig Shasta had a contract out on my life the last 15 years.
What?
I'm glad the bastard's finally dead. I can finally begin to travel as I come upon my remaining days. Return to my home and you will find a secret door in the fireplace which leads to my treasure room. All of the treasure there now belongs to you.
Okay. Can I just kill you instead? So is that it, or is the quest? Did that one complete? I'm not gonna kill him. I was thinking of doing it, but like, there's no way he drops his shit. But what if he does drop his shit? You know what? There was a crime you committed. You lied to Stewbert. Oops, apologies. Go meet your wife. What the hell, Skelly? Woo! Me and the Skelly dance upon your grave. Alright, we didn't need to do that. Anyway, could I show my gear? Yes. Sure can. Alright. As far as weapons, I have spicy donuts. I don't use it very often, but... this was the chakrams I made. They just kind of have damage all over the place, but 34% health, 10% damage with magic, which doesn't really help, but I had nothing else, so I put it on there. 7% damage, mastercrafted, of course. And then this is Gnome Run. Just insanely high damage. The 5% crit chance is just what I had at the time, but does the job, hits like a truck. Also 7% damage. Now, let's go with accessories next. The necklace, I'm just wearing 24% damage because, yeah, good luck outweighing that. This one is for the stats, so I have Sage Crafting maxed and Blacksmithing. I will be taking that off soon. I probably could. If I find a ring that outpaces that, I'll just keep it on me for, like, useful times later. This is 5% damage, 5% damage resistance. The stats are good. 5% damage, especially as the numbers go up. 5% becomes even more critical. I haven't seen any other rings that really compete with that, so what are you gonna do? Armor, if I could get it to pick armor. Helmet, suddenly Stewbert. 80 health, bunch of blocks, 15% physical resistance, 5% experience bonus because, yeah. Chest piece, usual stuff, just this armor set. I didn't get the other stuff by just, like, ripping stuff apart, so I didn't make it. 20% physical damage, 10% experience bonus because that's the epic gem I was gonna run. 12% more physical resistance and 11% elemental resistance. This one I'm keeping because of the 10% physical resistance, which just scales great because my whole build wants to be physical damage. And the pants, 5% experience bonus, that's why I'm keeping them. 20% damage with melee, well, that's what I do. Melee is my damage, so I kept it. Armor is nice, but not a big deal. Boots, the Stewbert Striders, is 32% health, 12% crit hit with physical, crit hit damage, and 12% critical hit damage with physical, which I just read, and then critical hit chance, 6%, and then 15% physical resistance. I can gamble? What do you mean? What kind of gambling are we talking? He said there was a secret door somewhere. Oh, yeah, behind the fireplace. So that one, Detect Hidden, wouldn't cheat you in there. Oh, yeah, I saw that. You mean the guy that you can buy different items? Yeah, I saw it. It was alright, but... Oh, nice. I'll take a look at it. It's not gonna beat mine. Hellbane. Wait, what? It's a sword, isn't it? It's junk to me. Junk. Junk. These are all junk. I think I was gonna rip those apart. That's why I was doing that. Yeah. Like, anything that's higher ranking, I don't care. A 70 health? Yeah, that's not gonna ever outweigh. So what is this? 20% damage. Oh, that's junk. I'm not gonna rip that apart. And I'm gonna rip that apart. Junk. It's junk. I kept that because I didn't have to spend it. You can get decent rings. Yeah, I did buy a few. I didn't end up getting everything I was really hoping for, but I didn't want to sit there and keep looping it because I'm already well past the need for the rings to boost me. You can even run into that guy in another town. I seen him in a different one, but he didn't even talk to me either. Like, the second you talk to him, it just opens the gambling thing. It's weird. That guy's over on the next island. Here's all the quests I've been ignoring, like quests that just don't do much. Yeah, that guy's over on the other side. He's not. Okay, weird. Ooh, you know what I can do?
Curios, talismans, items of power. Curios, clasps, staves, and robes.
What was the,
All of the highest quality.
do we remember? Ah, man, I can't remember what that one guy would say every time I passed by him. Man, he would say it every time. Sure, I can get that guy to say it again.
Do not miss Leogriff's many marvels.
And get him to say it this time. Nope, guess not. Let me see. Local map. Oh, let's go down this way.
Students of magic, masters of spells.
There it was. That one. You might probably know that you can get 100% damage resistance. Oh, really? Ugh. Would be insanely broken.
The ships are loading now for Melsen Shear. Are you ready to board? Suit yourself.
Ooh. It's lame. Yeah, that's a little bit too scaled. I'm pretty damn close. I've been stacking physical resistance. A little bit too much, but it did even turn hard mode into a joke. And if you could do that in the other difficulties, it does the same thing. So I think these are the two DLC. Yeah, let's go do this quest, the page turner. And then that's it. We can go to the next island. So one last quest, and we're finally on to the next island.
Students of magic, masters of spells.
You know, now that I remember it, I don't miss it. I wish it'd go away. Students of magic, master of spells. New island, yeah. I mean, there's stuff I missed here, but they're all, like, tasks, which don't even count as proper, like, full-on quests. Some of them do end, but, I'm not worried about it. Potato. Oh, shit! There's more quests here. Consult the text. Okay. I could turn in my armbands. I could turn in the rats. Okay, read the book. Lesson 1. Do I actually have to read it, or...? Okay. What's the first lesson? Is to learn from Eleanor is one for all of our order. Well, I already did that part. I don't, like, I didn't know this was going to be part of it, but... Second lesson is learn from Eleanor Breathe. It's the part of magical study. I don't know, maybe this is a different person. I must contemplate the bridge. Yes, indeed, it is a bridge.
The maid who hesitates is lost. You must be confident. You must strike. And welcome. Please join us. We're simply preparing for some field research.
Okay, what's
Part
going
of
on?
the training involves sending initiates to Gloamthicket, a Fey Hollow and a Catha. It gives my pupils first-hand experience with Fey magics. Now that I think of it, I believe you're overdue for some field research yourself. Care to? Like I said, it's dangerous.
Alright, fine. I wasn't really expecting to do anything like that, but alright, fine. Which one's this? Oh! One of Till's books. And what's this? Oh, I'm stealing the book. Oh, that wasn't stealing? Okay. And the last book is on the other island, so we're good. We're only missing one book, and I'm sure the reward is garbage.
Hello.
I am a thief. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Let's go in here. Okay. And what do you need?
Yes. So, a necromancer was behind Melaglir's disappearing village.
Ah, I forgot about that.
Disturbing. My suspicions regarding your potential were well founded. You are forthwith promoted to the rank of docent. As a docent, your first order of business is to the west, to speak with a man named Anka Edmure. You are to liaise with a man named Anka Edmure. He often sends reports of mystical... His latest cry for help, however, may... Where did I...
Yeah, whatever. Busy work quest, I can do that. But the main thing is I leveled. So we're doing that. Time to put more points in. More persuasion, because why not? So we're not going until 55, and I think I'm at a weird point where I just need to, I don't even remember what I was gonna level. I guess this, just so when adrenaline surge goes off. I mean... Does this get better? Oh, it gets less ridiculous. Does that go to 0%? When you max it? That's weird. Yeah, the reflection's not needed. Yes, 0? Oh. Then, like, that's weird. Yeah, that's why that's broken. I see what you mean. There's no weakness to it. Okay, that's weird. Don't need Bloodlust. That's unneeded. I could just put the points in there just to have it done. Honestly. This one's nice because it's crit chance while Adrenaline Surge, but it's hard to get the low life to get Adrenaline Surge to proc. Oh well, put it in there. So, we're still a Paragon. We're going to stick with it. It's gonna take a few more levels. Oh my god, 100,000? Okay. Getting to that final tier is going to be a lot. I have like 20% extra XP, so you can take a fifth of the level off, and that's what I'd actually be doing with XP, but yikes. Huh?
Good to see you, Docent.
That was not the quest I wanted. Oh, yes it is. Oh, this isn't the Rathier. Oh, he wants me to go outside Rathier. So I'm just going to teleport here. It'll save me a little bit. And turn around, and there you go. Read the empty tome. First is the extenuation of the principle of unity. Yeah. When you're done meditating upon these lessons, proceed to the village of Amalur. Okay. Right. Yeah, whatever. We'll go do it. Stay away from me, bird, or you will die by orb. And now I must read upon the book again. It's the principle of preparation. What is going on here? Just running y'all over the place to learn lessons. I hope it isn't on the test, because I'm not taking these lessons to heart. Run away. Don't run away! Oh. Wait a second, I want to do it. Ow. Alright, enough of you. Oh, that's part of the quest? Huh, look at that. I just thought they were being annoying, but okay. We've arrived at the final lesson, forming the foundation of the magical inquiry. For everything that you will learn in the Scholarly Arcana, the most valuable lesson will be the principle of observation. Mastery of the elements, or the ability to invoke powerful sorcery, is useless without an understanding of one's surroundings. Okay. Right, so he wants me to go back, that's fine, we'll do that later. Map. Bloom Thicket. Didn't I just go in there? No, I didn't. I don't think I've walked in here at all. Because there was no need to. No quest sent me there, and I thought that was weird. But I'm here now. Skelly! Kill the Banshee Priestess. Sure. Everything's too low level now. Protection shard's a really nice find out. Hopefully once I max out the Relentless Assault, it'll last long enough. Stuff. Other fire shards, okay. Don't really need fire shards. Magic shards I do need. I need magic, physical, and protection. Those are the three. The other ones I have so many, it's ridiculous. It's really not ridiculous, but I'm just not going to use them. That's the ridiculous part. For the loot. Never mind. Okay. I don't really need it in here either. Oh, by the way, Yarrow, if you're ever doing that, just one thing to keep note of is if you do that glitch, if you delete the last item in there, it, like, says it's lootable, but it's not. Just a weird thing. Like, it doesn't affect anything, but it is something to keep note of. You guys probably don't want to deal with me right now. I'm just gonna get scarier and scarier, but okay, I guess you're insisting. Alright, and items. We just want to go to repair kit. And it's fixed. It's weird, it has no effect on anything, but it is there. In case you're ever, like, if you do that, and then you're just like, why can I not loot this? Yeah, that's it. That's why. It's a bug. It makes bugs happen. Yep, that's it. But how are you doing today, Death? Yeah, we came back to this one. I don't know for how long, or... we'll see about that. Wow. Another thing I think is kind of a weird system, and I should probably... You know what? I'm gonna fix it. I'm just gonna pick up the Shadow Prisms again, because it has been eating up my inventory, like, drops. For so long now, I think I'm finally just going to admit that I need to take care of it. If I pick these up, they'll stop forcing them on me. And then I can actually enjoy different loot. Because I'm still a little uncertain if those aren't just eating loot spots. Like, actual loot spots. Because they think they're so critical to have. Even though I have not physically used one this entire playthrough. You had ribeye tacos for dinner. Costed a pretty $30. Oh, man, really? It's worth they were so good, were they? That's good. That's all that matters. As long as it was worth it to you. Also, another one I had that was weird, Yarrow, was this quest here where it says experiment with the urns, and you could make a, like, you find a guy with a book and or his note, and he's like, oh, I wanted it to spawn one of the, what was it? It wasn't the brownie. It was the other one. The little mask guys. I spawned it, and the quest didn't complete. The guy just danced around. And I was there for like 5 minutes, and I went, well, it busted. I killed the guy, and the quest didn't finish either, so I don't know what was going on there. Yeah, that was a weird one. Not know what happened. So those 2 quests are done. This one's another area. That's it? That's the 2 quests? Okay. So what we can do is just head back. Easy. That was a misclick, wasn't it? That was not where I intended to go. Alright. We're just gonna run this way so that the guy doesn't talk to me.
Masters of spells.
He still said it! After all that effort, and he still said it.
Move along, citizen.
I wasn't even near him, and he's just like... Students of magic, master of spells.
So your inquiry was successful. Please, take this to...
4,000 gold. He gave me more gold than like some of the other quests. Like proper quests. For him, it was a training exercise. A really deadly training exercise, but hey, I guess it was something. It wasn't deadly for me, but, you know. Oh, subject to chair.
Excellent job. You've earned a Scholia Arcana.
We're a little bit too close.
If nothing else. Now, let's see what you've learned. What was the point of your final lesson?
Aware of your surroundings. Principle of observation.
Yes, that is correct. I see you have a promising future in our order.
Oh!
What? Oh, right.
That was it? What was the final lesson? Pay attention. Yep. The only lesson I took from that was the pay attention lesson. I would have forgotten all the other ones. I think that's it. The messenger is the next one over. Oh, this one. Maybe this one. Let me look at the map. Yeah. See, I would have missed that one. You cannot pick trouble. Alright, let's go get this one done. I didn't even pay attention to him. I wouldn't have either. I don't blame you.
Watch yourself.
Lovely. Okay.
You're with the Scholia Arcana, are you not? I'm so very honored to make your acquaintance. I know what I wrote was vague. At first, I didn't know what I was dealing with. It's just... Shardfall. It's changed.
My hair's cooler than yours.
Shardfall is a cave to the west and north. It's a good place to harvest shards, hence the name. The place always has a bit of a chill, but recently the cave... Many days past, my assistant, Donald Cutty, delved into the cave to collect samples.
And you just left him there.
I had no choice. The cold of the cave is too great. Not 6 steps in, my boots froze to the very rock. That's why I've been devising a talisman to stay warm. Will you aid me? Perhaps together we can solve this mystery. After I failed to make it deeper into Shardfall than just a few steps, I put up a barrier. No, the barrier will let you through if you have an amulet that can keep you warm. Like one made from a Barghest's heart. A Paragon Barghest, that'll do just fine. I've heard of one ranging north of Amalur. If you can kill it, fetch me its heart, and I will be able to complete my pen. I'll be here.
Okay. You just want me to kill something. Yep, that I can do. I can kill things. Actually, one of my abilities. Very often my ability is that. Ugh, you're gonna make me run.
You look familiar.
No, I don't. If you don't know me, then you die. Stewbert won't deal with this. My favorite pastime, yep. Absolutely. You don't want none of this, go away. Skelly, we don't need to kill that. Nice hit. Skelly, no! Alright, that's it for that quest. We let Skelly do his thing.
You look familiar.
Okay.
The heart of a Paragon Barghest. Incredibly tough. There, take it. You're better suited to plumbing the depths of... I'll be here.
I'm better suited to plumbing... Okay, yeah. Go figure. I need an item, and I can make it, and then I'll go save them. I take care of it. Didn't I go into Shardfall? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just marked it off and left. I wonder if I actually have to put on the necklace. Apparently I don't. Sorry, Mr. Sprite. This is never going to end well for you. Moving on. A bear! Parried bear. Maxed out our stat. I don't even know why I loot those anymore. Not a single one of them has given me anything of actual value. Sometimes I'll loot them and they go off anyway. Don't be mean. Am I slowed down because of the frost? No, I think I'm still fine, actually. Which is weird, but hey, whatever. Whatever. So... You know, they made a deal, like a big deal about that happening when you walk by early in the game. And then, like, no one else makes note of that. They're just like... They're like, I'm not gonna question it. A loot pile of 2 minor mana potions. Whoop! Sorry, Skelly. That was my bad. It also should be possible to make a caster out of a warrior. Yeah. Minor mana? Well, I'm pretty sure it is looking at my amount of mana, realizing I don't have a lot, and then thinking, oh, that's good enough. That'll do it. I always forget about that second swing. And now he's dead. Shot misses. Quite dead. Actually, what am I doing? Wait, is that not full? I thought I had full, Oh wait, it's a mountain troll. I forgot. They should be using. Yeah, they don't deal with chakrams as well. I mean, a caster out of a warrior, yeah, I don't think that would be too unreasonable. I mean, I feel like if you were doing caster, you definitely would go magic. Warrior does have Quake, which is, it is a spell. I mean, I kind of like how open. The trees are quite small, but it is very open with the options you have. Quake's pretty good. Harpoon, I don't think scales very good. Wrath. But this one here. Jump skyward, hurling nearby enemies along with you into the air, slamming them back down. Button mash to increase damage. Each impulse of Wrath does 50 physical damage. The final hit does 300 physical. Okay. Cool. 10 per impulse. So I'm guessing the mashing adds that. So plus 10 damage, and I bet that scales really high. That's not bad. That sounds quite good. Although with some of the stuff I saw, I feel like you could almost just build super crit and get away with it. Oops. My bad, let me switch that. You never tried it? Which one? The Wrath ability, or...? Yeah, I think it could be good. But I think this game's good in that all builds are useful. I don't think, after playing this, that any build actually isn't feasible. Which is the best way to make a game. So many games, there's like a clear cut above thing. But as of current playing, I feel like everything's broken. But when everything's broken, nothing's really broken. The idea is your warrior just gets stronger, and that's perfect. That's exactly as it should be. Because I'm almost certain you could go, like, huge hits for... Like, the way I'm seeing it, if you want to feel the heroism of a story where you have these big battles that are awesome, I feel like Warrior's the way to go. Melee, getting in close is the way. If you want mass control and staying at a distance, Spellcaster, obviously. And then if you want to delete someone from stealth or delete them from a mile away, well, Rogue's got your back. Because I guarantee you could just build 100% crit. Just get crit hit damage, and then there you go. Boom. You hit so hard in one big hit that they're dead. I mean, the only issue with that build would be trying to do stealth kills on a boss, because most boss fights know where you are instantly. So it doesn't quite work out, but for the most part... Oh, that's the quest. Big crits. Oh, it would be absurd. I guarantee you could probably one-shot everything. Just with crit hit damage and crit chance. You just ride that out. And the thing is I'm pretty sure you could just... That might... No, there's no way that's a good necklace. There's no way. Yeah. That's actually not bad if you're doing a caster build. But I'm not, so... It's not good. Plus, like, even though it looks good, like, yeah, 20% of all magics is perfect if you're going to caster. But I literally have a necklace on that is 20% or 24% all damage. Hello?
I wondered when you would find me. Almost enough to make you believe in fate, isn't it?
Huh?
The woman I wore last time we danced wasn't as strong as this one. Perhaps I flatter myself to think I might offer a better challenge now.
Who the hell is this guy? Because I don't remember at all. I do not remember. For a caster, you need +2 to skills and mana cost reduction. Yeah, with caster, you're just not going to pay any mana, which is weird because, like, you could just get mana cost so low. It's like, oh, okay. Like, for me, I don't need the mana cost reductions, but for caster, it's weird because if you hit enough mana cost reduction, you don't need mana back. You're spending none. Literally spending none. So, like, it's kind of like, and I noted this earlier, Yarrow, where, like, there was kind of like this give and take where, like, one was, like, reducing it and then the other one was, like, mana back. And it's like, they're kind of, like, both make sense. They're both a thing you want as a caster, but the problem is you don't want both at the same time because at a certain break point, they're just fighting each other. Like, once you get enough mana cut, you really don't need much regen because you could just cut it to nothing and then just drink potions. If you have enough regen, you don't need the potions, but you also probably don't need the mana cut. So, like, it was really weird. Like, those were the 3 major things that kept showing up on gear, and I was like, rather just do a ton of damage and drink potions. I'm going to enjoy this. What are you doing here?
Sideus, the Crystal Weir. That is what this place was called once. Much more appropriate a name than Shardfall, don't you think?
No.
My people have lost their appreciation for language, it seems. So much has changed since I last walked the world. That was long ago, when I learned the only answers worth seeking lie in death, mortal. Death, and death alone. Such enthusiasm. Very well. This body has served its purpose. Have you learned any new trick? Don't disappoint
No!
me.
I don't need to learn new tricks. What are you, crazy? Okay. That was another thing I thought was going to be good, Yarrow, was with the shield canceling that made hammer. And I'm sure any ability really bursty was, I was going to go 1 to cancel into, like, the out of guard, which is good burst, but then I found out for pure throughput, you just... Like, I thought hammer was garbage. Then I found that, and I realized, nope, that's completely fine. This would be good, yeah. There's our... Yeah, I imagine, like, well, I don't have to imagine. I already know that any build that you want to make happen in this game will happen. Any weapon, like, any casting, ranged, any of it, you can become broken. And that's the perfect way to do it. It really is. There's no reason to do anything else. Just let everything flourish, and some's gonna be better than others, no doubt in my mind.
If you learned what happened to my assistant, please let me know. I've lived in a mare. You see, my apprentice done later then.
What? Wait, what? Am I not going to tell him? I'm not going to tell him?
If you learn what happened to my assistant, please let me know.
I haven't used great swords, Yarrow. I just went with hammers and I scaled it. I haven't swung the other weapons. Chakram was my first choice and I kind of stuck with it. Do you have shards? Oh, he does. Give me these ones. All those. These. That two.
I'll be here.
Okay. Goodbye. Alright. I didn't put some of the items I needed to into junk, but I'm kind of lazy about it anymore, because when you have as much money as you do, it's like, what are you going to do with it? It's really hard to see that being spent. Unless you buy that $500,000 piece of armor in here that sucks.
Students of magic, masters of spells.
I was asking for it that time. I don't know why I walked that way. Went out and bought a pair of headphones that I can use for your Xbox, since for some reason the pair you have for PlayStation laptop work. Oh my god, do they feel so much worse than your expensive pair? Oh, really? Huh.
Mind your step.
Do I have any great swords in the inventory? Probably not. Oh, no, I actually do. Here you go. Let's take a look. Oops, that's not the weapon. So it has a 4 swing. Wait, is that a whole long chain? 3. So it has like a big chain. I wonder, let's see. Okay. Okay. So yeah, you do have a long... Yeah, the circle of it's not bad. It's actually a little bit bigger than the hammer. It might have been a better call to use that, but the charge, yeah, I can see what it does. That's not too bad. It's definitely better than the hammer's charge. That's for sure. Though, I will say... The thing that's a little weird for me is it has the piercing throughput, which isn't bad, it's a minimal amount. But I went with the hammer just for the raw physical damage, so all physical damage increases. Just will scale. Which is an unfortunate thing I did with the chakrams. I was hoping I could put the one gem that gives plus 30 physical. But yeah, the weapon swings of the greatsword are a lot better than the hammer. It seems a little bit larger. The only thing that seems quite nice about the hammer is it does seem like the hammer shifts you forward a lot more than the greatsword. Let me check that again. So that might just be a thing I wasn't holding forward. Let me try again. Yeah, I would have to see the knockback. But the nice thing with the hammer... I'm just trying to find any way to, like, say the hammer has something on the, like, greatsword's attack throughput. And the only thing I can put forward is, like, the second swing of the hammer shoves you, like, forward. Which is a benefit of kind of forcing you into an enemy that you're chasing. But that depends on the knockback of the hammer. But the other benefit is if people are, like... If there's a guy in front and then he has, like, enemies behind him, you kind of, like, push in and get, like, behind them to hit everybody. Not really all that great, but it is something.
Ah, there you are.
But you can't cancel it too soon because a part of it is towards the end of it that you have the movement. It's, like, throughout the whole swing. You gotta be careful with that, too. The charge attack? Oh, yeah, the charge attack looked really great because that looked like a great chasing move. Honestly, for charge spam, Chakram, no question. And I don't know why, but what happens with the Chakrams and why I ended up doing what I did with the Chakram, where it has one of each, well, it has Frost and Lightning. For some reason, when, like, all of those effects... like, are a chance to hit the, like, bonus dot. But for some reason, if you do the charge of the chakram, and this might be for every weapon that has an elemental addition, but if you do the charge attack, it guaranteed puts it up. It does for the chakrams. Like, if they get hit by a charge attack, they get it. So if you have a fire chakram, use a charge attack. And the best way I could say to set it up, like, even the previews show this happening. There's no reason for that. Like, you can use the shield or dash. Like, just, like, hold shield, click, and then let go of shield. That's a way to do it, or dash. Like, it's pretty good. I don't find them that bad. Chakrams are for mages, but if you're pure mage, you use no weapon. Yeah, that's really what happens. And that was the weird thing with staffs. Like, they have scepters and, like, staves, if you will. Like, I didn't see a point. Like, once you start spamming spells. Like, I think they tried to balance mage by having, like, a cooldown on each spell. But the cooldowns are so short, so you only need, like, 2 or 3. And then it's all, like, utility. If anything else. In fact, if you look at my entire bar of spells, I have Lightning Bolt because you're forced into it, but my first move I got was this. That. But the reason I got that was it canceled. And it cancels anything. That is a great move if you're going to do finishers. Probably be good with that greatsword. Like, if you look, like, if it has a really long recovery move, like with the hammer, this third swing, boom. Like, it takes so long to get out of it. Like, I'll hold block. That's how long it takes after the hammer. But the hit is so soon on that. And you can just do that and start up another move. Or do any other spell if you wish. I mean, just do whatever. But you can't dodge out of it. And you can't block. But you can spell out of it. And a rank 1 harpoon costs nothing. And honestly, if you're hitting something low, it knocks them away, you pull them back, and then do it again. Is what I originally did. But then I found out the power of doing this, and then it didn't matter. So there was a lot of ways to break the system. I just, you know, I kind of like that there's that many ways to break it.
Talking. I heard how indispensable you were in stopping that necromancer in Melaglir. I am Erin Methnine. Savant Engar suggested that I congratulate you on what he estimated would be additionally, he requested that you meet him atop the mountain of Skycrown to the south. I have no... Good luck!
Okay. I feel like he's going to try to kill me, but we'll see. I don't know why staves would even be a CC weapon. Like, what's the point of having... I mean, I guess crowd control, but... like, lightning kind of does that. I don't see crowd control when you're even fighting a crowd. Because a lot of enemies are pretty respectful, is the idea here. They don't mob the shit out of you. They can, but they typically don't. So if they don't mob the shit out of you, you don't really need to control anything. Especially with shield canceling, because the nice thing with shield canceling and like the whole animation being open is you can just react to anything about to hit you and just be like, donk, and then knock it away. Unless you're a mage, then your shields suck. But just hit parries. It's so easy, duh, just hit a parry. Ooh, wait a minute, wait a minute. Got him. Come here. Ugh. All right, let's see how much we got. 5,000's okay. That's 20th of a level. Not bad. Not bad. I'll take a 20th of a level. That's good value. I mean, I might have used it early, but, like, I keep building it up and then not using it because I'm like, but what if there's a boss fight? And then I, you know, like, no. Because then it ends up the boss fight doesn't give you that much XP anyway because it doesn't die. And he's like, please, stop. And then he has to monologue anyway, so, like, thanks for nothing. That looks like, shit gear, so I'm not gonna take it. Well, now they're kind of giving me nicer things. I should not break those. Even if they give gold, it's never gonna be enough, especially when you're sitting on 8 million. Honestly, I was super excited to get, like, good resources out of these traps when you rip them apart, and it just ended up being worthless. It's like everything they give you is such low value. Or it's like spellcaster or more mana. Like, the health pieces are great. Health pieces, damage reduction, all great. I would prefer more damage, but those are rare. I'll take the shards. I was hoping gems would be a lot more prevalent, but good hit. You missed, pal. Beat him down. Okay. No. Oh man, he didn't care that I... You know what? I'm getting rid of you. There. I could have just used the new movie. Got me. Ooh, I dodged too late. That's alright. But he disappeared quick, didn't he? Wait, Dangerous Games has another level? I refused that quest. I said absolutely not, and he still gave me the damn things? That's weird. I turned it in, he's like, you want to go do it again? I was like, no. Like, oh, that's too bad, but it's still tracking it. That's weird. All multipliers are exponential. Oh, wait, really? Ugh. Oh, no. Whoop. I figured they were additive, which would have been much more balanced. But that's alright. Balance isn't the issue. That just makes percent damage even better. In any, like... Is it the same for, like, physical resistances, or are they additive? They're surely additive, right? In case that's not the way you should pronounce it in that scenario. The way I mean is, like, if you get a 20% damage cut and a 20% damage cut, it's a 40%, not, you know, like in that regard where it's all damage. Okay, okay. That makes, yeah. I mean, I feel like my question was still, it was kind of stupid because, like, how would it be multiplicative, but the only way I could see that happening... no, I guess the question was more akin to, would there be diminishing returns to it? Because the way some games handle it is that each one treats itself as its own event of 20% damage reduction. So, like, if you were going to take 100 damage, the first one would go off, you reduce it by 20, it goes down to 80, and then the next one would go off, say, reduce it by 20. Well, you're already down to 80, so it's 20% of 80. So it kind of makes stacking it not a thing, but you already told me you can get to 100%, so that tells me exactly what I need to know. Anyway, that it's still additive. Yeah, you had already given me the keys to the house. I just didn't enter. I was too scared, I guess. Okay. That would be way better. I mean, it would balance it for sure, but like I said, it doesn't need to. It's a single-player game, so any kind of weird stuff like that, who cares? I think that's a problem with a lot of newer games when they get looked at. Anyway, what did I miss here? What is this? The series. I've had this pair since 2018, the longest pair of headset that I've had. Honestly, I've only replaced my headsets when they started to wear down. Like, this one's a really nice headset, but all of the fake leather that they had over it has since worn down from all the summers where I've been sweating like hell in them. But, you know, that's just nasty to think of anyway. We're gonna move on from that. Refund the 40 and get another pair. Yeah, that's happening to yours. Yeah, I'm not having issues with sound, so I feel like it's not worth replacing it. In fact, I think I only replaced mine because I was worried it was like losing something, but I ended up not having any issues. I kind of just did because I had to do system. Whoops. Whoa! I just went through that attack. Yeah, like... Ah, I did it too soon. That's alright. My scaling's getting out of whack. You better handle me quickly. Oops. I hit my attack too soon. Dead? Yep. I did the full combo on that one. It did work out. I'm gonna leave that. Take that. Okay. Yeah, I was honestly a disbeliever of that battle frenzy. I thought, man, why would you ever need that? In any important fight, it's not worth it. You can parry those? Oops. I like go block for some reason. Nope. We're gonna back away. Why am I hitting him with that? I need to switch. Yeah, they're heavily resistant to that. Well, I think it's his war priest is just super tanky, isn't he? It's just jerk. Hold on. Hold on. Do you mind? There we go. Tracking. Ooh, I don't want that. Oh, I actually blocked that? Nah. I just slid right in between both of them. Maybe. Maybe. You're really tanky dudes. Okay. More damage oriented. Well, most of my gear I crafted with what I had on hand at the time. That was the only fight that I had any difficulty, which I would further be difficulty rather than none at all. Let's see, even then, all I needed to do was summon Skelly to just give me free healing. Okay. You see something? No, I want to test something. Stop! What the hell? How much am I hitting for? Okay. You mind? You're hitting for nothing. Okay, about a 122. Okay. Good. We'll delete that. We'll take those. Yeah, the only problem I would have making better gear is I'm not getting better baseline, like, stuff to rip apart. Like, I already have Prismeer weapon bases. So I'm already where I need to be as far as the gear is concerned. These guys just happen to have a lot of health. That's about it. There's a Prismeer blade. Well, I am getting some fine Prismeer items, not for weapons though, which is weird. I wish what I was hoping to do, which is weird because they went out of their way to balance this, which is the one place I feel like they did it, and I don't understand why. I mean, I think I do understand why, but what I did with my hammer is I put the plus 30 physical damage gem in it, which is great. I would have done the same for my chakrams, but they don't let you do that. They absolutely do not let you do that. You're not allowed. And I think the reason for that is the way this game handles that damage is they put just the raw 30 to each hit. Which makes sense, that would be the damage, but what that means is your best throughput for physical damage would end up being fast weapons, because that gem exists. So they left it only for bigger weapons, I'm guessing. Or maybe only weapons under the might tree are allowed to have it. Which is a limitation, but...
Riathnock Thintri, the Fae call it. Sky Crown Mountain. It's beautiful, isn't it? Like stars across the night sky. The varied
I'm just happy to see stuff with an orange and purple names again.
Our world in different patterns. This place is a convergence of one such pattern. A focus of the energies of air and light.
Okay. What are we doing here?
At first, I thought I could contain her, that I could keep her at bay. But I was vain. Her power is vast, and she is tireless. Ever since your initiation trial, she has been worming deeper into my mind.
I need to kill you.
She made me wait until you arrived. I cannot fight her any longer, so I must try to end it here. Now run. Run!
I don't think your head was supposed to do that. Okay. That was, an interesting way to handle that. First, his head snapped backwards, and I wasn't sure if that was a thing, but... Can I quick travel out of here? Maybe. thought maybe because it was considered outside it would work. Maybe. I kind of like the blink, though. I'm very used to it. Blink is an interesting thing to learn just because you don't get instant invincibility like you do with the regular dodge. But you can go through enemies, which will really mess with them. Nice. They're giving me a lot of shards, but... Yeah, I mean, I probably need to upgrade my weapons anyway, and the problem with that is they're level 18 weapons, and I'm level 30, so... I think when anything is kind of hard set to be higher level, it really punishes you for being a little bit overleveled. I don't want to say punishes because, like, oh no, they take longer to kill, but they don't do more damage. It doesn't seem that way anyways. But I could just be super tanky. But I have died a few times early game. So that's why I built a lot of tank so I can move in. Because I'm not one for sitting back. Typically. You can ask anyone here. It's not my style. Well, it might be my style, but I refuse to try. I'm a very aggressive-oriented player. Choose aggression. So why did that guy throw himself off a cliff? I'm not interested. I'm gonna run by him. Okay. Thanks, buddy. I'm gonna keep running, though. Ow! You guys are accurate! Quit it! Do not make me turn this dwarf around. I guess it's alternate universe Stewbert, but, you know, still dwarf at heart. Okay, now we can bring back Skelly. Hello, Sleepy Bear. Yeah, I could look. Maybe I could make a new weapon in town if I find, like the next scaling up of weapons, but I don't know what they would be called. Eh? His body moved. That's not creepy or anything. All right. We're just gonna try to walk wide and around these guys. Because I don't want to fight them, even though they give me free money for doing so. I just don't care to do it. What's this? Oh. Yeah, there you go. There's that bug in full effect. See that? That's sitting there. This is sitting here too. Those are bugged. That was me. So I imagine it could maybe compound to the point where it just bricks your save. So, I mean, that's something to keep in mind. That could be a potential issue later.
This mage was clever. It took a great effort to break his mind. And at the last moment, he sought to deny my victory. Unfortunately for you, he failed. Are you beginning to see the pattern, child? From flame and frost and storm, I take my form. Who am I?
Dead. You're a dead woman.
How could you possibly understand the music that I move to? Does the hurricane explain to the reed why it roars? I am the hurricane, and you are nothing more than a reed, stubborn, unbent. And soon, I have eaten the fruit of Irminsul, the tree.
Oh, don't worry, we're taking that answer, Destron.
Blood into the fields of Aesir Danon. I have sucked marrow from the bones of Irathi and listened to the laments of dying stars. I am the Empyrean, the dark-hearted, the Lady of Sorrow and Dust. I will not bow to your will.
Then you will die by the hammer. Sorry, what? You know what would be an interesting build, I think? Well, I don't know if it's feasible. I don't think it is. That's not usually a thing you build in these kind of games. It's usually because it's a very boring build idea. But, like, a Thorns build. And what I mean by that is you just make it where you take the hit, but you reflect so much damage. Which, I mean, there is reflection here. So you would probably go under Relentless Assault to keep that active as long as you can. You would maybe go Bloodlust and just fast weapons for health steal, but, like, Vengeance would be necessary. What the hell? Big old hate. Fuck. And then you would probably go under Bulwark, because why not? But I don't know. Stone Skin. Yeah, I don't see that happening. Usually just they take a lot of damage based off of hitting you, but all you have is reflection. Yeah, you reflect the damage off of you, which does sound quite strong. It's not saying, like, it's a 50% chance for reflection, so do you just ping the entire hit off of you and they take the full damage? Or do you take the damage and they also take it? Okay, what do we got here? Just delete that. Take this. Well, I now have all 3 stones. Okay. Go ahead, say it.
Curios, talismans, items of power.
He didn't say it. He didn't say it. I don't know what it is with, like, games and them breaking in weird ways when I try to play them, but that guy breaking his head backwards, I thought that was intentional at first. Where he's just like, run! And then his head snapped around. It was like, oh! It's one of those kind of demons, huh? But here's what I don't understand, right? We fought up that mountain, fought things that were said to have orange and purple names, which means higher level. And then when you fight the boss, it didn't. So, like, was that a forced, like, high level thing, which just kind of punished me for being high level, I feel like? It feels like they try to do that here and there, like when you're in dungeons and stuff, but then it falls flat when you go back into the outside world and it just falls over. It's very strange. It was like, I am unstoppable, and I just 3 hits and it was dead. Very strange.
There you are. Good, you're back. As much as I'm dying to know what transpired atop Skycrown, that'll just need to wait until the Archsage is through with you. He requested you join him in his quarters, just around the corner down the hall.
Okay. I swear to God if he's possessed. Good job stopping the demon. However, now she's getting me. I already know that is what's happening. What is going on?
At last, I had hoped you'd come sooner. The curse is strong. That you are here at all is a godsend. The creature that has stalked the minds of our savants. Uala, Kadok, and Ethan. She is here. She has come for me.
So he was possessed. He just did that.
The
What curse?
possession she used on the savants you encountered, I tried to fend her off. Though I stand before you, the sorceress has begun usurping other. I retained a part of myself and made the glyph that took you here.
Okay. So let's find her and kill her.
You will be disappointed. She is present in her spellcraft, not in the flesh. Thankfully, I have some safeguards against this form of assault. But though
Didn't
I've
work. You're dead
retained
as shit
enough
out in the real
control
world.
here, this sorceress is assuming control over my baser emotions. And if I fall to her, chaos will reign.
Well, no, you're dead.
Of our foe. It is the only help I can give. I must rely on you to the sorceress has taken over some parts of my mind. They will be strong,
I fear no one, yeah.
magnified aspects of myself. Be wary.
Goodbye. I care not. She has been dropped many a time before. It will happen again. Possession begins. Come here! Come here! Skelly, no! And it's like I took no damage at all because Skelly was healing me. Uh-huh. So we need to go up this way to undo the possession. Oh, it's these guys. Okay, I'm just gonna use it early. Get out the way. Slide to the side. Yeah, it does feel like I leveled up too much, and when they scale it, it just gives it, like, health based on, like, the level. So it's definitely scaling it a little bit past the gear potential I have. Not that it matters, but they just have a lot of health. The damage doesn't go up, though.
Persistent, aren't you? From ruins to mountain
Indifference.
Even in the mind of your pathetic arch-sage, who, despite you standing here, has given up hope. In fact, right now he is trying to tell you it is useless to fight Ciara Sedanis.
I doubt he's doing that. Because why would he bother telling me if he's indifferent to it? You know how this will end.
I do. As does this arch-sage. He has hidden this apathy from the world. The demons of this man's mind are yours to contend with, child.
Holy shit! There we go. I like how they have that little circle. The only thing it does is, unlock the world I left. Okay. Oh. Really? Huh. That's crude. I don't want it then. This. do some of that. Okay, that's weird. I wonder where that key is. I'm guessing I'll be coming back here. Oh. Okay, I just missed that. Talent key. Okay. Hold on. Let me look at all this because, like, why am I getting all these? Found some small enjoyment in the arts of creating and dispelling words, but there's only one application of the craft I truly find myself attracted to, and the master of battle magic. Ah, this is just him coming to terms with that, huh? Okay. Am I just a fool in the line of fools that span centuries? Disarmed though I carried out my duly appointed task. She laughed and told me that she had no desire to lead a life of craft study. Okay. Oh, so... So it's something with archsages that they see her. Okay. Interesting. Are we gonna break the cycle? Is that what's happening here? Because, she has not been doing well at fighting us. I mean, the other ones, they corrupt her mind. We just kind of beat the shit out of her, so... I don't know if she's supposed to entice them, I guess, and make them feel like they can control her, but, like... We ain't doing that at all. We're just beating the shit out of them. Okay, what part of his mind is here? Playing cards? What was this chest? I didn't. Okay. It's weird that it's not in order, but that's okay. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I don't care what he does. I don't care what he's feeling. What I'm feeling is, like, killing things. Okay. What do you gotta say?
My attempts to foster his indifference seem to have met their end. It does not matter. I have accomplished all I would have liked to. My freedom is guaranteed, so I can focus my attentions on you. You are my closest friend, after all. You served your purpose well.
I could just go with this, okay.
This body is the incarnation of the Archsage's goals and ideas. For all
I
his
figured that. His name's Ambition.
The man is a slave to his discipline. It is a pity. Had I the time to foster some of these ambitions, he would make a useful pawn, just like you.
Okay.
Do you not understand, child? The magic of the spell could not find your potential. And so it chose the greatest power this world has ever known. All you will do is strike down this man's twisted ambition.
Okay.
The world might thank you in time.
I feel like she's,
You see all the parts of himself this Archsage ignored to reach this point. Let us... You will know my fury!
I won't know anything. The only thing I know is you're gonna pay. Wait, what? Oh. I was just kind of taking care of that because I figured if that was down, that's one less thing to worry about. But, guess it was the whole fight. Okay. Huh. Wild Flame. Okay. There was no key in that, though, so that was the last part, huh? Mommy isn't crying with the funny men. Pointed ears are taking me. Isn't crying. The funny men with the pointed ears are taking me, and Mommy isn't crying. But she looks like she will. Isn't she sad? Why isn't she being sad? She might be mad at me still for what I did to the woodshed, but it wasn't my fault. I didn't mean to. I just got scared when that dog got near me, so I threw my hands up and then there was fire. Oh. I couldn't stop it. I could only stare and watch. Everything started to burn around me and I was so sorry. So sorry. But it wasn't enough. Daddy found me and hit me hard once in the eye and once in the back. And I told him, I said, Daddy, I didn't mean to. And he did it anyway. And he kept hitting me until I stopped crying. But Mommy just stood there and she was crying, but it was quiet. What the fuck kind of right? Why? And no one is saying goodbye. And no one's saying I'll miss you. And no one's saying they'll love me. Imputing the care of strangers, and I'm going away forever to learn how I made things burn. I'm so sorry, Mommy. I'm so very sorry. What the fuck? Okay. Damn. Just throw that in there at the end, huh? Parents just gave up their child because he learns magic? Like, shit. Alright. Buddy, I read your deepest emotions, I guess, so, sorry about that.
I no longer feel the prying of Sardanas by freeing me of her influence. I can distill for you those thoughts you have liberated. From my ambition, I can impart to you an indomitable resolve. From my indifference, I can craft a fearless impartiality. The choice is yours.
Fearlessness, or I choose discipline? Well, I have infinite resolve, yeah. Stewbert does have infinite resolve.
I am the Archsage, but I am also... Sardanas intensified those flaws until they... By destroying them, you freed me of these flaws. I can give you the knowledge of this freedom.
Ambition's not a flaw. Skelly was bored with this. Alright. I don't know. Discipline. Stewbert's already disciplined. Do I want infinite resolve? Infinite resolve or discipline? Well, as a thief, you know, discipline's a tough one, but we don't want to compete with that. We'll do fearlessness, even though we already are.
From my indifference, I can impart to you a sense of fearlessness.
A sense?
Through ambition, you can gain a will to strive for perfection. In many ways, they seem similar. But to you, the effects are disparate.
Well, striving for perfection is also a Stewbert thing. Maybe discipline's the way to go. He will perfect his arts, because he's already fearless. Oh. Elemental resistance and sorcery abilities. Okay.
You have shown enough of it on your own for one lifetime, but we will need all we can muster to face the coming storm. Now, are we able to depart? We have good. When we return, speak with me.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. +1 to all stats is great. And elemental resistance is cool. There's apparently, well, I can already tell you that apparently I'm supposed to go down here because they're gonna make me... Yeah, this is gonna be my house. That's the only reason those two things are in there. The hair cutting thing always means house.
Good evening.
That is the quest we're on, right?
Greetings.
We're gonna fight out in the open, huh? What do you got for me?
I am sure you have questions, and I shall do my best to answer them. First, let me say this. No adept in the history of the Scholia Arcana has earned the Savant's Ring more than you. Take it with my gratitude. Now prepare yourself. The time for suffering the predations of our enemy is at an end. It is our turn to strike.
Scally's ready.
It is time for you to learn the truth of our order. The truth of Sierra Sedanus and the fall of the Dark Empyrean.
Okay.
Sierra Sedanus was never killed, Savant. She was imprisoned within the very stones of Rithia. Because of you, she has awakened, and though trapped, she has proven formidable. Now to destroy her, we must release her.
Ah.
Since her awakening, Sedanus has been reaching out from her prison. Her goal was the creation of 3 elemental keys. We will use these keys exactly as Sedanus intended. We will free her. And now the brilliant Savaladan Bloodgood
Okay.
led the founders
Don't
to
blame
build the
me.
very grounds
Yeah.
of the Scholia Arcana into a spell. The glyph that imprisons Sedanus. Let the magic guide you. Walk the grounds and place each key when Sedanus is free. Join me at the center of the glyph. Good luck.
Okay. Oh. You know, buddy, I could do it. You want me to just kill her?
Only one more key remains. I can feel the harmonies of the spell glyph unraveling. She is coming. Why does she not reveal herself? No. Be ready. Stay back. It's you must. Ah!
For so long, I have anticipated this moment. To savor the sweet taste of freedom, and to destroy the legacy of those that imprisoned me. And I owe it all to you. From the beginning, you've played your part with a bright perfection. Each step in harmony with my will. Fool. So much potential. It is a pity I have to kill you now.
Okay.
Archsage. What silly titles you children use. But rest assured, he is safe now. Deep within the very
Let's
same
let's get this over with.
How eager you are. I'm the one who spent the very well. Until today, you've tasted but a... You are...
That was it? That was it? You're gonna have to do better than that. Kick her ass, Skelly! Weak. I wonder. Come here! Come here! Oh, yeah? Hold on, I need a new Skelly. Come here. Get back here. No. That's an interrupt. Nope. Nope. Well, this fight's over. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, you want to use the students against me. I mean, you can. Don't do much, but whatever you want to do. Come here. Nope. Ooh, I'm coming for you. Nah. Ooh, you look a little broken, miss. Nope. What, did you think you were gonna cast? Nope. That's cute. Dun, 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 dun. No casting. Dun, 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 dun. Nope. Oh, don't use my own skellies against me. That's just hilarious. You don't understand. We've killed skellies. Come here! Ooh, I like this. I like this. Come here, come here, come here, come here. I want to get my charge up. Can I get it? Can I do it? Yes! Oh, this is gonna hurt. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Shit. Come here! You're mine. Drop it. Here! Dead! Oh my god! Did you see that damage? Oh, you're getting speared! 26,000 XP to finish her that way. Oh my god, did you see that damage number? I hit her for 5,000 and then crit her for almost 6K. Oh my god. Yeah. That was, that 5 grand hit deleted like an entire fourth of her health bar. I think she had a sliver left, and then the 5,000 hit her. And those 2 hits, I'm pretty sure I chunked over, probably about 60%. If not to 60, it could be lower, but it was definitely over 50% of her health in 2 hits. Is what happened there, because she let me build up the frenzy and then use the other thing. The way that scales is absurd. And that wasn't even maxed. That was a 4 kill. Which I think that ends up being like 60, I think. Because it's 10, 20, and then I think it goes to 40, and then it's 60, 80, 100. So we were only sitting at a 60% damage increase there, but yeah, we chunked her.
You have done what no other member of our order could. You have faced Ciara Sedanus and emerged victorious. After your trial of initiation, Jubal Calidus gave this to me. I realize now he meant for you to have it upon his death. The Scholia Arcana owes you everything, and are now yours to command, Archsage.
Knew it. Yep, and we have a new house. Okay, let's look. What's the ring? Meh. Meh. Junk. He's like, please. Oh, look. It's all the different rings he gave me. So you could, like, double stack them. I'm gonna sell the whole lot. They're really good rings if you're doing a magic build, but I'm not, so I won't. I should rip those apart. This one's junk. 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 Also junk. Prismere gauntlets, maybe. I could make one of those. Nope. Those are good. Ooh, that's fine, Prismere. If I could hit that, that would be the idea. 44 might is where we're at. They might ask for a little bit more, but that's okay if they do. Well, now that we're getting to fine Prismere, which I think these are the same, so that's good. Platinum talismans, I could rip those apart. Okay. There we go. Fantastic. All right. That's another quest done. Let's go. Oh, I can't fast travel from here. Bastards. Okay. Another quest done. And I think that's it. I think that is the end of it all. Which, that's the weird thing, is that's all 3 of the stats. So I got +1 to sorcery, +1 to all of the agility, and +1 to all the might. Which tells me that there's going to be no major, like, quest hub, like, follow things on the second set of islands. I could be wrong, but it seems unlikely. I mean, they could just do another set of them, and then, like, you know, that's why they're split between the islands, but...
We've still a long ways now.
It's Spider Lady.
What is it that I can do for you?
Skip, goodbye. Actually, don't go to bed.
Now, what is it?
You have... No, she doesn't. Yes, she does. I'll take all 10.
I can do for you.
Skip. Goodbye. Okay. And all of my armor is now max again. Yeah, another sorceress. Well, I don't think there's as much stuff on the other island. Did we get it? Threadbare lining. I don't think that was it. I did get a Prismere chest piece. Come on! Prismere brace. I don't think that... So it doesn't, like, scale up. But we are getting Prismere pieces. So I think if I wanted, I could go under Warrior and make... Like, I could make a Prismere shield. I don't have any gems right now on me, but... If I went to Gauntlets, I could do Prismere. I could do 80 health. I don't think there's one for physical, is there? Piercing damage. Yeah, I don't really have a good one. I would just go for that. Is that the one I just got? The threadbare lining that I pulled from the other one, which is +4 armor? No way. Why would I pull that? Like, that's such a weird thing to get from that. Bleeding resistance, more heavy, like, resistance things. There's a 20%. That's a really good one. Block efficacy is whatever. Doesn't matter. I can just run another, like, heavy defensive piece. Yeah, I don't really have anything crazy good. Critical hit damage with physical is okay, but I really didn't pull any of the things I wanted. Like, at all. So, yeah, I don't really have anything. Like I said, I would want to pull, like, a physical damage boost, or else I'm not... It's a waste. As far as what I'm considering here. It just doesn't seem like it's worth building the next piece, even though I could. And the next shield could be a good upgrade. Like, the only thing I'd be gaining is armor. Which, armor's not my threat. Like, that's not where I need to be. I could get a new shield. But again, crit. That's 12% crit chance. That's what's on my shield. And that's all I really need. That's all I want. There's more crit chance. So, like, when my hammer crits a boss for 5,000 plus, you know, it deletes them. Let's look at quests. So, Breaking the Siege. Factions are all done. Messenger. Next Island. DLC, DLC. The rest are tasks that I don't care about. That one I can't do. The Next Island, which I do plan to do. That one I just didn't find it. Peasant closes a non-ending one. That one broke. doesn't matter. Again, doesn't matter. Pure chance if you find them or not. Other than that, yeah. The rest is just repeatables. So we are at the point that we are done. Done. No more quests on this island that are of any value that I can get done here without going to the next island. Like, some of the other ones are there, but they're probably going to be like, here's 3,000 gold. A bit of XP. Like, whatever. We are almost the next level, by the way. I thought for sure we weren't going to get another level for, like, ever. I mean, technically the island isn't done because theoretically, thank you for following, Six. Theoretically, we have to come back when we do the other quest, but I think it won't be a big problem because once we get to the next island, if we get quick travel, we can just kind of flip-flop around them, and then it's not a big deal. But yeah, look at that. We are almost there. We are only like 3,000. We're less than 3,000 XP off. That's not bad because some of the mobs you kill are like worth 97. It might not be that much, but you know, not that many kills. But before we go to the next island, I'll be right back. So we're going to stare longingly into his eyes. I'll be right back. Then we're going to see what the next island is. Okay.
Watch yourself when your ships are
It's
loaded
time
now for
to
Mel's
begin.
Shear. Are you ready? Right away.
Let's see what happens.
Agarth, you know better than any of us how this will end. Why must we fight a war that you know we will not win?
You would still ask that to Lara, after all you've seen.
Until I get an answer, Fate Weaver. Until then.
Why do we fight? Because there is hope. Because only through battle can we break the chains that fate has forged. Don't you see? We have been given a chance. And though some of us will die, we will die knowing that our lives were finally our own. That we are no longer slaves to the whims of fate. Would you throw it away? Just for fear of another defeat? Not I. I will fight. And if I die knowing that I have made a choice. And this choice, for good or for ill, was my own.
All right. Looks like they need Stewbert, yeah.
Great Illyria that fate is on our side.
The great general is back, just like she promised. Another 10 years, and I might have started to doubt. Not exactly the heroes of legend, but you're a welcome sight nonetheless.
Excuse me?
Likely you've come to see the fortress before it falls. I've seen her stand for the last 10 years, but the end, I think, has finally come. Our scouts report that the Tuatha are massing, and in their wake we've seen it. The Niskaru Lord, Baelor, has come for Melsenshir at last.
That sounds like a target. Baelor, I'm not concerned.
Baelor could tear through our walls like parchment. Our only hope is to ambush before they can bring him forward, and take the Tuatha by surprise. While our forces delay Baelor, you and Talera will be sent to hunt the Witch Knight, Malwyn. It's likely that he will hold the Baelor sway during the battle. We can't best their army in the open field. My hope is with Malwyn dead, the Baelor will turn on the Tuatha. It is little more than a wish, but that's all we have.
Let's go.
I know you're eager, but take a moment to make sure you're ready. When you're ready, come meet me by the...
Come on, the commander's waiting for us.
Sure. Just a second.
I've heard the soldiers say that death walks the walls of Melsen. Death has a need to know something about Melsenshir? I'm the one to ask.
Ah!
Keep them coming. You won't last long.
There you go. You just trained a free persuasion.
Watch yourself when you're on the wall. What is it? Time is running out. Watch yourself when you're on the wall.
Oh! There's all this stuff up here. Okay. Let me get through my weapons. Let's prepare. We already took care of that. Armor? Nope. Armor? Yeah, I could make some new stuff, but I don't see a point.
Watch yourself. I don't care if the bartender's manning the ramparts. Someone has to have a drink for sale.
Interesting. So wait, why are we... Okay. What do you got for me?
What may I do for you? Happy hunting.
Don't know what she trains, but I can't learn it. And you're sage crafting, aren't you?
Give your armor to Tarek Smith for repairs, and he'll give it back better than new.
Huh?
I've been here almost a year. Before the war, I worked for one of the merchant houses.
Mercantile, okay. I don't know what she trains.
Look, sister. It is the one who fights beside Talera. Historically, the first sword is the greatest blade master of the Alfar army. Go with Lyria.
I have no idea what she trains. Frankly, nor do I care. Unless... These guys sell anything
I've
new?
got plenty of supplies if you've got plenty of coin.
Not really. No. Nothing crazy good or anything like that. Nope, not really. Hey, there's a backpack. Okay.
Come back again.
I don't think we ever found the backpack in the previous town, but that's okay.
The one who travels with Talera. Can I interest you in something?
Yeah, what do you got? If I knew what those had before I bought them, I'd maybe buy them, but I don't, so I won't.
Another
Goodbye.
time then.
I wonder if there's any quests around. They're all locked, so we gotta do this first. We have to break the siege before we do anything else. Fine.
What is it? Time is running out. Steel yourselves. The battle is not to be taken lightly. Then let us go. When they enter the courtyard, you and Talera will use the distraction to execute your plan. One way or another, this will be over soon.
Okay. All right.
Hore Sunera Alfor!
What? Oh, well, I saw that guy just dying.
Our hunt for Malwyn can now begin in earnest. I will take one path and you another.
This plan is stupid. Yeah, just send Stewbert in alone.
If Wygland's troops hold, then Malwyn will be delayed at the outer wall with the Baelor. But we should make sure. Now, we must get moving.
Okay, I guess I'm going this way then. Get out of the way! Me and Skelly can handle it. Any loot for me? He does, but hold on, this guy's in the way. Oh, good hit. And now you pay. Dun, 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 dun. Uh-oh. This is not the scaling they want to have happening right now. Shit. Come here. Ah, he ran away just in time. He knew the job. Wait, those priests killed him instantly? Oh, well, that's too bad. Alright. Fine. Now we're actually getting master healing potion. Fine, give me the damn thing so it stops wasting. Okay. Really want. Just give me that too. If I stack this up high enough, it stops trying to give me garbage. Oh, poor Skelly. Ow. Oh, hey, look, it's, what's her face? I don't remember. She had a name. Hey, buddy, I don't think I'm letting you...
Try that again.
Okay. You need my protection.
I'm doing just fine on my own. In any event, you've got to get to Talera. Wygland's troops can't hold the Tuatha back.
Okay. Well, whatever.
Finally, some reinforcements.
What's happened here?
To fight off the Tuatha, but they took most of our company prisoner. They're threatening to execute the rest unless we lay down our arms.
They're gonna kill us anyway.
Get in amongst them, silently, if possible, and save what's left of the survivors.
Probably not gonna happen, dude, but I'll try. I'll try. Persuasion maxed! You can do that, and then I can use this for 20 seconds uninterrupted. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Oh shit, oh shit, go, go, go! They're killing the boys! So, wanna kill soldiers, huh? Kiss my ass, Tuatha. I didn't really have a way to execute them silently, so meh. You don't want to walk into me, buddy. Not gonna end well. Hey, stop hurting Skelly. Yeah? You didn't want to be up here, buddy. Alright. And moving on. Why an easy dispel? Yeah, whatever. I'll do it myself. Okay. Junk. Junk. Mine, mine. What's this? More master healing potions in case I ever need to use them, which I've rarely used, but hey, they're there. Very nice. I could rip those apart. Yeah, we'll take those. Those are worth taking. Okay, moving in. On to the ramparts. Yeah, you probably should have just tried for the soldier and not fought me. You know, whatever. Just wasn't paying attention. Ow! Oh man, we're just seeing all the soldiers go down when we get there. Nice hit. Skelly! They can't be pulled in, huh? Good to know. Ow, good hit. See if you can parry him. No. Alright, first off, where's Skelly? What's up? But you can't parry him, it's just a little tight timing. What the fuck? Oh. Oh, that could be bad. A little bit too late on that parry. Too late again. Too early. There we go. Too early. There we go. Bonk, bonk. Hiding again, are we? I'm just gonna do Skelly, dude. I don't... I can literally hold block in this man's face, and he will get nothing. Come on, buddy, you almost got me. You missed, actually, entirely. That was a good hit. Didn't hit for much, but hey. What? Again? Come on, Skelly. Mine! Slam him! Oh, it's not gonna let it finish!
This is our chance, before they can regain control of the creature. Ah! Theoden, guide my hand. For Rathir!
Do you want Stewbert to throw it? He can throw it for you. You're gonna hit it in the eye.
This ends here.
Wait, what? Okay. Pursue the Baylor. Okay. The music ended. Yeah, and like his shout ended, the music ended. It was just like, that's it. It's just like, that's it. You're done. You did it. What? Okay. Okay.
You're still
Whoa.
alive. You've got to destroy
Hello.
Baylor before it tears this place apart.
Okay.
I know, child. Everything seemed still in that moment when she struck the Baylor. At least she died how she wanted to. But her sacrifice won't mean anything.
So, you want me to kill the beast? The thing I boasted I could just do that anyway. Like, what the hell? Why didn't I just go fight him in the first place then? Damn. I'll take the chakrams. Chakrams could be good. Probably not, but, you know. I mean, I guess Stewbert's got to do everything his damn self. You are not going to taste anything with this fucking hammer. Wow. And he's dead. Wow, 600 gold right off the one guy, huh? All right. Should have done it this way. What's he doing? Did he lose me? Ooh, spicy donuts just deleted that man. All right. Oh, there you go. Skelly probably used taunt. Well, it was a good taunt because he was looking the wrong way. Maybe he threw his voice and it distracted him. Hello?
Are you reporting in? Good luck to you.
Sorry, Scaly. Oh, wait. Wait. Stupid rock. I was getting hit during that. Didn't hit very hard. Your buddy better help you. And he was too late. Now he can watch me beat the shit out of you. And probably walk into the hammer like an idiot. And he did. If you think that thing's gonna save your life, you're wrong. very vulnerable to the damage I'm doing. He even tried a double explosion, it didn't work. Alright. Ooh, that could be a good ring. Poisoner's Gift. Never mind. I mean, it's probably a fantastic ring for a poison build. Oh! Okay. Well, that's actually insane. That would just ridiculously reduce any damage I would take. Like, I'll lose 1 in Sagecraft and 1 in Alchemy, which doesn't matter. I'll lose 50 health for 20% elemental resistance and then 25% poison resistance. Yeah, we'll take that. That's an absurd amount of reduction. That's just way too much elemental resistance now. Like that, his little eye beam, guaranteed elemental plate. Oh, wow. You're gonna hit me, buddy? Wow, like that, huh? Oh my. Bonk. Bonk. Why am I getting hit with lightning bolts? Hey, Laura, you don't have a lot of health, dude. I did block it, by the way. He's almost dead. I'm sure it's another phase. It can't be just this. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, you can just back up. If you don't want to, you can just run backwards when you need. Oh, really? Skelly, no! Really? Whoa! What the? Oh, sorry. I just hit it once. I thought it was the spam out thing. Now what? Well, simple enough. Oh, hey, look, we're back in here. And the front gate's blown open.
The Tuatha, they're gone.
Why are you quiet?
Years. I can't believe they're finally gone.
Okay. I'll batter the casualties. Mel Senshir is free.
It's over. After all these years, the siege is broken.
All you needed was a Stewbert.
Thank the gods for sending you to us. This is a glorious day, but I have heard a bitter rumor in the wake of all of this. Is it true? Has Talera fallen?
Talara ran. I was alone.
Then the rumors of her dishonor will finally be silenced. She gave everything to us in the end, and the world will know that. When we rebuild these walls, we'll name them after General Talara. Her memory will stand as long as the ramparts shine. But she never would have been here had you not delivered her to us. It can never be enough, but we hope you'll accept this
That is
as
how
our
it's
thanks.
done, yeah. Wow. Shitty potion. Don't I get a parade?
There won't be any parades until the war is won. Tuatha still hold most of Cluricon, and over the years, they've infected
After
every
Almighty
part of these
Stewbert,
swamps.
yeah, if only.
Clearing them out isn't going to be easy, but we might have help. There are rumors of a small band of fighters harassing the Tuatha. Perhaps the hero of Mel Senshir can convince them to work with us. Good luck.
4% experience bonus, 6% more damage. Nice. Can I take the damage? Oh, I can click on them for some reason.
Our soldiers are doing their best out there, but it's still a nightmare. Watch out for those red-eyed bastards.
Well met.
Okay, now does it open? It does. The tavern is their quests. There is not.
It's time to celebrate. The Baelor's dead, and the Tuatha have fallen back to Cursewood. You and me, let's drink to victory.
Oh.
Not Tack. Not Tack. Damn the Tuatha! Damn them to the fires! This isn't how it was supposed to happen. I knew he was in Cursewood, but they must have been in the path of the Baelor.
She needs a cough drop, yeah, I would say.
Trying to shield us. Poor Tack. Mother will be ruined.
Well. It's you again! I really don't want a unique surprise jewelry. Not Tack. $211 damage on that one? That's a lot of damage. That was on that weapon. I mean, I'm at almost 300 with this, but no, 261 actually. That could go to junk. That is junk. Junk. Those can be ripped apart. Not that one. Go to junk.
Allies
Okay.
can come.
Let's go check all the different areas. That's just jail. Hospital. There are quests.
You're already dead. She's here, you know. Death. Please, don't let her eat my eyes. Oh, she's a great dark crow with 1,000 needles. We're all beggars. Dead already. But you're no beggar at all. You're the scare. I can see it all around you. You're not like us. You're not like anyone. You're not afraid of death, are you? I am. I dream of her. She takes me beneath the tower and she does things. Horrible things. Don't let her take me there, please. Don't let her open me up. I don't want to see what's inside. Don't leave me.
Okay. Right. That's weird. Very weird. Someone new to kill, I guess. What's over there? We'll go in here first. What is this? Oh. That'll be for later. What would you have me do?
The Tuatha lines have broken, and we still live. Please, forgive my melancholy. The champion of Mel Senshir should be cheered. I am Adrian Tyr, and I owe you my thanks. Though many have been lost, your courage saved a great many more.
Why are you sad?
Or I should have been, at least, if it were not for a Varani mercenary who threw himself in the fray. He fought like a demon, and I was able to escape. The poor man was not so fortunate, though. I watched the Tuatha. It shames me, but I once held such mercenaries in great disdain. But this, he was cut off and surrounded by... However, his body must lie somewhere in Cursewood. It would give me peace. Farewell.
So we can leave here and head into Cursewood. There we... Okay. Okay. That's doable. That is something we can do. So yeah, it looks like Cursewood's not going to be too big of an area. Midden's not going to be very sizable. I guess it's not terribly sized. It'd be like this kind of area. That was a really small area. That's almost like Cursewood here. Midden doesn't look very big. But yeah, it looks like as far as this is the most main area of like open questing. And then I assume once you go into these areas, you know, it's very straightforward. Although this looks like a finale kind of push. Like you fight through here as a quest, and then maybe a few other areas. But yeah. Not bad at all. Let's go this way. Now there's 3 trainers up here.
Well, Warsworn, good to meet you. Have you come for scout training?
Sure, actually. Why not? So, Detect Hidden is not maxed, but whatever. New quests.
Honor to you, champion. I watched from the battle's van while you faced Malwyn and his demon pet. You have earned great glory and the respect of all Alfar. If you have a moment, could I ask a favor of you?
It's a weird setup.
Since
what
the
kind
battle,
of favor?
Several of my men have asked for the chance to challenge the champion of Mel Senshir. You slew Malwyn and destroyed the great demon he commanded. 5 of our greatest fighters have asked, and if you accept, they will each face you here in the practice yard in single combat. Excellent. Your first challenger is Enion. This should prove. Go with Lyria.
Well, he didn't do great.
That last fight with Enion was interesting. He prepared for your next challenge? Your next challenger is Tarek Smith. Go with Lyria.
What? Okay.
You certainly didn't pull any punches with my blacksmith. Sephaedra Will is next. Are you Sephaedra is go with Lyria.
Oh, good hit. And now you're stuck in a corner, which is where you never want to be, but, you know, hammers. That's 3.
You handled Sephaedra readily enough. Perhaps it's time you... Adrian Tyr survived alone 3 times when his company to a man has fallen.
That sounds like he's a terrible leader, then.
He is fearless and enduring. It will take the force of God to go with Lyria.
Well, I guess he better be ready to see God, then. Oh, he got a hit! Oh my god, what a miracle. And he's down. They've done 0 damage.
Adrian fell harder than I thought he would. Well done. Your final challenger is my sister, Ragnar. She is the She will bury her sword in your heart if you are not careful. Do not go with Lyria.
She can try. Many have tried. That's it. Ah, you can blow through it, huh? And now you're mine. Oh, you showed weakness. That's it. You're done. Bye-bye! That was a weird quest. So their honor was getting beat down by Stewbert? I mean, I guess that's an honor, but...
One by one, the greatest of the Alpha have faced you in single combat. I am Bronwyn Aurelia Sen, the first sword. Let us see what you would go with Lyria.
Have you not watched that fight? That was it. That was your big hit. Okay. Is that it? Nope. You got a lot of health, but you got nothing on Skelly. We're not done. The combo's never over. And that's it. Okay, just beat the shit out of him, I guess.
You are worthy of honor, warrior. I have never faced your equal.
Yeah,
Take
well, you
this.
didn't kill a giant
Clara
fucking
herself
monster,
granted me this
have
prize
ya?
For the slaying of the Tuatha champion Zerastes. But you deserve it more than I. The Alpha honor you, champion. May the Tuatha fear your coming. Go with Lyria.
That quest was literally... a bunch of your soldiers thought they were hot shit now that the real threat was gone. That was the gist of that. Wow. Garbage. Junk. You wanna watch me junk your sword in front of you, huh? Well, by all means. You wanna watch me do it, I'll do it. Oh, I can junk it this way, huh? Oh, I forgot I need to sell junk. You know what? There we go. Fantastic. The weird thing is I don't need to make epic gems anymore. Well, I do if I want to make a new piece of armor, but like, yeah, I don't really need it. So where haven't I been? I haven't been in this tower yet. This is the last thing I haven't visited. And I'm guessing this is a quest area. Like, not, like... Search the broken tower. Okay, well, we will do that next time. So, honestly, we didn't get as far as I was thinking. I mean, I guess we got done with 2 entire quest lines, which I didn't realize was going to happen, but... yeah, we're under the second island now. All the quests. I do have to go back across for something else. But yeah, we finished the siege, which I didn't realize it was going to be like that. I thought it would be like a constant like push. Not, oh, you broke the siege, now you're off. Like, you think they would come back, but maybe that monster was like a big deal. And it takes them a while to pull some of those off. But we killed their leader, we killed their big monster, so yeah, they're probably a little bit distraught over that. Yeah, I guess they've had 2 months. Effectively, it's day 60 for me. And we've shown up and broken the siege. But monster was no threat. Honestly, the monster was pathetic. The other guy was more threatening than the monster, but just shot a light spear into his eye, which that other lady should have done the same thing. Why throw the thing to break the monster off the back and not just shoot the thing in the eye like I did? Like, that would have done the same thing, but maybe only my special Stewbert powers actually do it, but who knows. Either way, pretty soon we should be getting new armor. I'll want to make the new set. I mean, technically Prismeer is the next jump, but I think if we get another bump up in armor, we'll just want to go for that, but either way. That is going to be it for tonight. So, thanks everybody for hanging out and watching. Good night, good afternoon, good morning, whichever the case is for you. I'm out of here. Stay majestic.